Hey guys, it's Chris here. Just wanted to bring you guys a video this morning before we head off to work. Today, just gonna give you kind of a general update on all the birds, and then coming up next week, I'm gonna dive in more specific, mostly right now on how to breed zebra finches, how to breed Gouldian finches, because that's what I'm focusing on breeding right now. I do have my shaft tails set up. You can see I have a nest box there. I need to throw some nesting material in and kind of cover some fake plants over their nest box. I have some up here. I just need to bring it down and cover up so they feel safe. That's worked for me in the past, just kind of making sure that they feel safe and guarded. And that's when I've had the best success. So I have pulled my Gouldian pairs out. So I have 3 set up. So I have this cage right here, and I have all 4 of their babies. They were fledging this week. So I figured I'll take my moment and just grab them all and bring them in. Parents have still been feeding the babies. They've been great. If these babies were still really young and in the nest, I probably wouldn't have done it, just because moving to a new environment, I haven't even seen my Gouldians go in their nest box one time. And so if they had young chicks, I think they would have died, because I don't think the parents would have gone in and fed them. So I waited until they were fledging, so then the babies could be in the outside with the parents and then ask for food that way. And they've been good. They've been still feeding them. So we're good there. My English zebra finches actually are hatching babies right now. Let's see if we can take a peek in here and show you guys. So they do have 4 fertile eggs. Let's see if my dad will jump out here. He doesn't, oh, there he goes. Let's see if any others have hatched. I know one's hatched so far. So it looks like we've got 3 in there. Oh, 2, I'm sorry. Hopefully the other 2 will hatch today. Looking good, looking good. So this will be my first English zebra babies. Giving them some egg food here so that they'll encourage them to feed their babies. Have another pair of Gouldians down here. Got a 2 white-breasted, red-head, male and female. Both are split to blueback. You can see my hens eating up some cuttlebone. I just put their nest in, and they've been jumping in and out already. I've only had these guys in a cage for 1 day. So, and I'll go into a little bit of detail for you guys here in a minute as to why I brought the Gouldians in and put them in breeding cages. So I do have an extra hen here. I don't have any mature males right now. So I just brought her in. I don't want her to go into a molt yet, just in case something happens with my other pairs. I have her as a backup that we can try. And so then I have a zebra finch pair. This is the black cheeks, black breast. So I don't have a nest box in here. I still want the hen to, she's still got some feathers ruffled and things like that. So trying to just make sure that she's up and healthy, up to par, before I put any nests in there and have her start laying eggs. So this zebra finch pair, they've been trying to lay eggs in their food dish actually. So I did throw a nest box in there for them. So they're also a black cheek, black breast. Nicely feathered, ready to go. So we'll get them going. So we'll definitely do some videos on how to breed zebra finches and kind of go more into specific detail for that species. So I have my third pair of Gouldian finches. We'll open up the cage here, let you look in. So I do have a beautiful male, and then black-headed, white breast, yellowback hen. So she does have a couple spots on her head, but I think she'll be okay. She's definitely been laying eggs in the aviary. So one of the main reasons why I brought my Gouldian finches in is because I have so many young Gouldian finches out there. 1, I didn't want them to breed, and 2, like this pair here, this is their first year breeding. So she would lay eggs, they would sit on them, they would hatch them, and then they would toss them the next day. And I think it's because all the other Gouldian finches are checking out the nest box. I feel like they feel like they're constantly having to defend their home. I think it just stressed them out a little bit. So if I I'm gonna try, you know, put them here by themselves. They don't have to fight for space. They don't have to fight for their nest box. And I'm in the process of getting another nest box. Go on my website, guys. Check out the products. That's where I'm buying my next nest box, is what I have on my website. I am an affiliate from Amazon. I have to say that by legally bound. But so check that out. So got another nest box coming in for these guys. Hopefully we'll get it here at the end of this week, and we'll throw the nest box up for them. So we got them. So the biggest reason why I brought the Gouldian finches into a cage is overall, I think they just do better individually when they're trying to breed. They don't have to fight for space. They don't have to fight for the nest box. And I just have so many young Gouldian babies or Gouldian finches that they're just curious. They're constantly going in and out of nest boxes, and the adults are constantly chasing them away. And I want the babies to focus on molting and getting their adult feathers, and not focusing on nesting or trying to breed or anything like that. And so I think that's one of the big reasons why I did this. We'll open it up, let you guys see. I did take out all the nest boxes except for the big one. Got a couple of my Gouldians up there. All of my Gouldians that I have in here are young. They haven't fully colored out. I got one sitting over there eating on the food too. So I'm hoping that this next month that will trigger my babies to fully start going into their molt, instead of focusing on the breeding activity and what's going on, because they seem to have focused more on that and not so much on getting their colors in. And so that we're gonna see if that helps. There's a couple more that just flew in, and you see that some have partially molted out, but they're not all the way in. So I don't like to sell babies when they don't have their colors out. I've had people come and offer, but I like to just get them colored out fully before I sell them, and then that also helps me see exactly, you know, what colors I have, you know, are there any that I want to keep or not, and that sort of thing. So we'll have to take this nest box out too. I kept it in there just in case. I didn't know if my turquoisines wanted to breed or not, but I don't think they do. My male's molting, the one he's eating right there next to the canary. My hen, she's molted out. She actually looks really pretty. She's out there in the back. She's looking really good, but the male's a little rough right now. Trying to get some new feathers in, get him molted out. So I did throw my Java finches out here. They are out in the aviary. I'm interested to see how they'll do. I got my cutthroat there. He's mad at me because I pulled the nest boxes out. I want the cutthroats to stop breeding. They've laid so many eggs since I've had these nest boxes in. So hopefully with the nest boxes out, that means they'll take a break and not breed anymore. Some of my society finches actually got a little hole in the outside of my aviary that my red rumps chewed, so the birds can cross from one aviary to the other, and half my society finches came over. So we'll have to fix that this week, but thankfully right now I'm not too concerned, because I'm not trying to breed or anything like that, and so it's not a huge priority or deal to fix right now. So yeah, so that's where we're at. Like I said, I got the Java finches out there. They're super shy, so if I'm in here, they're gonna be out there. They're just like my red rumps. And I also have a little bit of update. I actually sold both pairs of my red rumps. So I don't have any red rumps anymore. Why don't you look up there, these good looking birds. Wasn't really planning. There's Mikey out there getting ready to enjoy some sun. Wasn't planning on selling them. I had a guy come that he really wanted them and gave a good price for them. So I sold both pairs of red rumps and actually all of my button quail. So one of the reasons why I was okay selling my red rumps was with it, excuse me, with winter coming, we wanted to, you know, kind of block off. You can see got plastic out there by the windows. I don't have it fully sealed off because I want the birds to come in and out, but I had to put some plastic in there to shield off most of the cold air. And you can see I have this door taped off. I have my air vents taped off, so that helps keep some of the hot air trapped in here a little bit better. one of the issues that I have with the red rumps is if it's really cold, you know, we have sometimes in the winter where it gets down to like 0 degrees. And if that's the case, I usually will block off the window all the way and just keep the birds on the inside. And my red rumps are they're still just a little too flighty. They are constantly flying around like someone's gonna kill them, you know, and thrash around uncontrollably. And a lot of times they've hit birds while they're flying inside because they're freaking out. And then once they get outside, they're a little bit better. But so that was kind of one thing that, especially for the winter coming up, I was okay with selling them, just to kind of create a little bit more calmness in my aviary and during the winter time while I'm in here feeding them. And so also one thing I want to say that is I didn't sell them because they were aggressive, because they actually were very well mannered and well behaved with my birds, and even while they were breeding and had babies in the cage. But I think a big cage is what attributed to that. So just a heads up, if you guys are wanting to get red rumps and have them in a mixed aviary, just make sure they have enough space. I think if they got enough space to fly around, they're gonna be cool. You know, they're not gonna be focused on chasing everyone away. So, because they feel like they have their own space. So yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with this, guys. So next video's coming up. We'll have some specifics on breeding zebra finches, some of the things that I do to set up the pair, set up their nest box, some of the foods I give them to help prepare them. Let's see here, Gouldian finches. We'll be focusing on them. They'll be laying some eggs for us here soon and breeding. So we'll have Gouldian finches here, nest box setup, what I feed them, you know, how I put pairs together, things like that. All coming up within the next week or two. And then hopefully, I'm really hoping that the shaft tails will start breeding for us, and we'll get a breeding thread going on them. Canaries right now, just real quick, I know there's a lot of you out here that love the canaries and want me to talk about them. Well, it looks like all my canaries are outside on this one. They are molting right now. The weather did get a little bit warm because it got really cold and then it got warm. There's my red factor male and his partner. That's his hen out there. She's yellow, but she is a red factor. With it getting warm, my males have actually started singing quite a bit and starting to get aggressive towards each other. And so I think they're used to, because right now is usually when I breed them. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on them. I really wanted to breed them come springtime next year. That was my goal. But sometimes it's hard to break old habits. And if the birds come into breeding condition, then we'll try and throw them in and breed them earlier. I just need to make sure that my hens are ready, and I haven't seen them show a whole lot of readiness right now. So my males are starting to sing a lot more. They're starting to get aggressive with each other. They haven't hurt each other. I have a big enough space they can just chase each other away, so that's okay. You know, I don't need, or you know, they're not going to fight to the death or anything right now, so I'm not too worried. But just a heads up there on the canaries. So there may be some things coming up with them. Like I said, need to wait for the hens to get fully molted out and get ready. You can, I don't know if in the background one's singing, but he's out in the aviary. So so here we go. So that's what we got right now, guys. Hopefully everything is working out really good with your birds. Appreciate all the comments you guys leave. I really enjoy reaching out to you guys. Hope these videos are educational. Hope you guys enjoy watching them. And you know, that's really the purpose of them. Get some birds going together. And so thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good day.